back. Hello, Heidi.
Hello.
Heidi Voigt with VoigtJohnson Real Estate. We're going to continue this conversation, more or less, sort of, kind of. Brandon was talking about return on investment a week or so ago. So what's your take on all of that? Because the first thing that you have here is a home run, in my opinion.
Yes. Well, there's a lot of stats about this. And when we're visiting with people, it's all about perspective. To me, home projects are about your return on investment, but also what is the cost if you don't do it?
Right. Oh, true. I never thought about that.
So there's a balancing act. So when people are in a home and they're looking at it, I think the number one on there is
garage
doors.
Absolutely.
What is 194% return on investment?
And let's face it, when we're on the tour of homes,
Yeah.
right, and we pull into this nice house that's got the lights in the garage door, and I don't care what the new pattern happens to be, or if it's this wood plank looking stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, it's a huge feature on the front of most homes in central Minnesota because we approach our homes in our driveway. It's the first thing that you see.
Yeah.
I think one of the second things on there is also front door.
The front door.
So 188%.
For sure.
So those are things, front door upgrades can be a new door. It can also just be painting that door. I don't know the stat on that, but creating some of those curbside type things that are going to make a huge difference. Good time spent, good money spent.
If it were painted bright purple, I would not so much want to buy that house.
Correct.
But if it was green and gold for Green Bay, maybe.
Well, yeah, you go right ahead.
I'm kidding. I love stone veneer on houses.
Yeah, that one was a little surprising for me. And I guess one of the reasons it was surprising is because when I always think of return on investment, I'm always thinking about what can people do themselves.
Yeah.
And really this does come down to who can you also hire. If you're going to do stone veneer, you need to hire it.
Yeah.
Or practice it.
Yeah,
before
on somebody else's house.
Yeah, something like that.
Landscaping is a really, really big deal too. In my opinion, again, it's right up there with the garage door, right? You pull into somebody's house, prospective, maybe it's going to be yours. You pull into that yard, and you got weeds growing up all over the place. I don't like that.
Okay, so this is a really good thing to talk about, and it's actually what got me onto this topic anyway, is landscaping. So the statistic nationally is that your return on investment for landscaping is 100%. So whatever you put into it, you get back. This is also one of the number one things I feel like if you don't do it, it is going to cost you. And we've got some really good examples of that, in a summer, spring market where you may have sold a home or somebody bought a home a couple years ago, 5 years ago, and it was lush and it was perfect and it's amazing. And you come back and people did not take care of that yard.
Yeah. Hurts, doesn't it?
Oh, it hurts their saleability.
Yeah.
It hurts what they're going to get back out of that home.
Because you're not going to turn that around in a week.
Oh, you are not.
Yeah.
And when you start throwing down, seed and all those things that should have been maybe done the last 3 years, people know like, oh, this hasn't been taken care of maybe.
Well, I wonder what the inside looks like.
Well,
right?
It's a thing for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, in some of those projects, people just do ongoing, but not taking care of your yard is a big deal.
Okay.
And it will make you go backwards in your equity.
All right. Now, they also say that kitchens and remodeling, right, are big deals, kitchens and bathrooms.
And I think that what do we have for kitchens? 96%. So that jumps into a category of, do you do it because you're going to enjoy it and you're going to maybe go about dollar for dollar?
Chef's kitchen or whatever.
For sure. But those are also some of those ticket items where if you don't do some of these things, then it might cost you who is going to come in. And I use carpet always as a good example. Carpet's very affordable to put in. People go, well, we want them to choose their own thing. I mean, that's kind of a standard seller. We don't want to do it. We want them to be able to choose what they want. But carpet's one of those items where if you don't do it, it would cost you maybe double of what it would if you do it.
Absolutely.
So.
Siding.
Yeah, that was an interesting one to me.
Replacing the siding?
Yeah, I think that, when you drive around town, you go into a house that most of the homes were built, say, mid-90s.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And then all of a sudden somebody had new siding and they look like from the exterior that they were built 2 years ago.
Right.
Because of the selection of the siding that they put on there, wide plank, different kinds of trims, vertical, horizontal.
No more masonite?
Yeah, not a lot of masonite going
Exactly
on
right.
there. But yeah, so I think that is a good way to create the illusion of a home being newer than
Okay.
what it is.
Now, windows both outside and inside, right? Because when you drive by a house that's got some crappy windows, you can see that from the outside.
Generally.
When you get inside, oh, look at the fog.
Yeah.
Look at the water spots on the bottom, right?
Yep.
The mold that they tried to scrape off.
Yes. Well, as an agent, there's I'd say four things that I really evaluate when everybody's looking at how nice the kitchen is and running around the house. I look at the roof, I look at the mechanicals, so
Yeah.
your air conditioning, HVAC, and I look at the windows and what's going on with those, because those are all really big ticket items.
Sure. The deck, right?
Yeah.
This is a big deal too, because why would anybody ever, I've never understood this, paint the floorboards of the deck? Guess what's going to wear off?
The paint.
Absolutely.
Yeah, staining's better. You do see people maybe using the infrastructure of their deck because it was really solid, and
Yeah.
even coming in and replacing that with maintenance-free floorboards. That's a good return on your investment.
Sure.
You're not reconstructing the entire thing, but when people go out there, they're like, "Oh, I'm going to be able to move in here, and I don't have to do that
Right.
piece of it."
Yeah,
So,
that would be a huge
yeah,
positive.
yeah. I do think that if people have decks that they are entertaining doing, I always mention to people, do it in August, and
Yeah.
then put down a rug, and then the next spring it's done and ready to go.
Sure.
You're not messing around with it in May.
Bathrooms,
Yes.
64%?
Yeah, that's interesting. So I just had this conversation with somebody, like their house is perfect. Their bathrooms have not been done.
I like pink tile.
Yeah, well, it's just a matter of what do we want to do to it. I think part of the stopping point for sellers or homeowners when it comes to bathrooms is they want it to be a certain way.
Sure.
So if you're going to stay there, and that goes back to Brandon's conversation last week, is that if you're going to stay there, make it the way you want. If you're doing it to sell it, maybe make sure it has all the components that people are seeking.
Okay.
And maybe get rid of the wallpaper. If there's not a shower in the bathtub, put the shower there.
Yep.
Vanity tops. You don't have to do a full-fledged remodel in order to make it saleable. But that's what stops people, because
Sure.
if you're going to redo a bathroom, you're like, well, I want a walk-in shower and I want this and that.
Yep.
That's
Don't
for
go halfway
that's
for
for
sure.
you.
Yep.
If you're reselling, maybe do the new vanity and a new shower head.
Yep. The attic, explain this one to me.
I think that has to do with insulation,
Oh,
probably
okay.
more
All right.
so than anything, and that's something that maybe should ongoingly be done based on the age of
Sure.
your home.
Absolutely.
But yeah, insulation.
All right, very good. Heidi, all great points. How do we work with you folks over at VoigtJohnson Real Estate?
Well, you can reach us anytime at 320-774-2400 or go on VoigtJohnson.com. We've got a great gallery of agents there.
Yes,
for
you do.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Heidi.